Hey everybody, it's me,
And I'm you.
and we are
Two guys,
same person. Hey man, what's going on? Haven't checked in a minute.
Hey, yeah, it's been a pretty busy weekend. I've been focused elsewhere as well. But you have been getting a song stuck in my head, and it's really annoying. I wish we could get a license for it, but I don't know how that works because it's a rad song. Yeah, absolutely. It's okay. We'll be listening to it, I'm sure, as we go to sleep tonight and the next 7 nights in a row. All right. Let's jump right into it. As the title might allude to, we're going to be talking about transportation today. Planes, trains, and all the mobiles. Getting around, tooting, scooting, booting, fluting, flying.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Flying in airplanes. Good job. So we looked up some facts here. We'll start talking about transportation in general. Then we'll kind of get into our thoughts about where it is now, where it's headed, where it could go. Yeah, I'm down. Okay, so I'll start off with my research. According to Wikipedia, Scottish civil engineer John Loudon McAdam designs the first highway during the Industrial Revolution, followed by the development of motor transportation in the late 1880s by Germany, and then in the early 1900s in America. Skip a bunch of reading, and now, according to an article on valuepenguin.com, authored by somebody named Bailey Peterson, 91.3% of households in America most recently reported access to one or more motor vehicles. Well, whether you think Wikipedia is the Bible of information, or if you laugh like I just did at the name Value Penguin, giving us car ownership statistics, the point being that lots of people own lots of cars, and they're just one of the aforementioned mobiles in the title. Yeah, which happen to modernize speed into the average person's life. Tell that to anyone currently listening to this while in traffic. Shout out. Hey, look, if you're in the car or stuck in traffic right now, this joke was specifically for you. I feel whatever it is you've got going on, I felt the whole spectrum. Hot, blistering rage, endless boredom, or just a chill vehicular journey. Buckle up, don't drive impaired, be cool, and hang out with us. Yeah, hanging out with us is as close to insane as you can get before you're doing Molly at Burning Man. Yo, I like our relationship with Burning Man. I think wanting to go to Burning Man feels crazy enough. Right. Okay. But if it happens and we go, we have to go full on dad's going camping at Burning Man. Yeah. Dry socks, my own secure water. I'll put like a hidden cache of fresh water, like 15 meters from the entrance. I'm aware, well rested. Yeah. So we'll book a hotel in advance for like 2035. Take a pair of like three pairs of New Balances because they're going to get ruined, and bring a burner phone. And you have to prepay for everything you can in advance. Yeah. All right. Orgy tent booked for 2:30 p.m. on Thursday. Nice. No. Tickets, entry passes, or whatever the hell that you need to get in and be like, I'm allowed to be here. Then you're just stone sober, and you enter the acclaimed self-thriving economy that exists during Burning Man. And you just try Burning Man. That would have been an awesome political thing for Bernie Sanders. Yeah. And you just see what you can barter in that time that you're there. Right. Like a mysterious sober cowboy in the trippiest little town that you've come across. Bet. That sounds awesome. Oh, yeah. Except we'd have to fly. Whoa. Where did that segue come from? From cars to planes, just like that. Who are we? Orville and Wilbur Wright with the Kitty Hawk, December 17th, 1903. We are, if you skip a bunch of aviation history, laid out by grc.nasa.gov. Nice sourcing. Thanks. Okay, sticking with the .gov theme here. According to FAA.gov, really quick, FAA stands for the Federal Aviation Administration here in the United States. According to their report on air traffic by the numbers, based on their 2019 figures, they handle 16,405,000 flights every year. Yeah. They cite about 45,000 a day. And at peak times, air traffic in general with the flights that they are in charge of, peak operational times, there was about 5,400 planes in the air.
Jeez.
Well, they cite a rather specific number, 19,633 U.S. airports. They break it down further, 5,082 public airports and 14,551 private airports.
Jeez.
According to their own data, that means that there are more private airports than there are air traffic controllers. They say 14,000 plus. So maybe rather in the same vicinity as just private airports. Just air traffic controllers in general, people that are there controlling a lot of the air traffic. Now, I'm certain that numbers have gone down because of advances in technology, but I know that it's, from our military experience, they said it was one of the most high-stress jobs that existed, including
Blowing stuff
combat.
up.
Yeah, well, constant stress from clock in to clock out. Looking at all these statistics, and just being as I guess openly minded we are about the climate and bringing that kind of into the forefront of most things we talk about with the advent of human discovery. I want to point out that they cite 44.5 billion with a B pounds of freight in the air every year.
Wow.
It's really wild to think just about how much stuff is in the air. You look up and odds are you're going to see a plane. Especially here. I mean, we live, in the vicinity of said airports, but even not, growing up in a place not right next to an airport, you would see them in the sky constantly.
Absolutely.
That's why it was such a big thing. Remember after 9/11 when we walked outside and we had looked up and the only plane that we could see was one doing patrol in the vicinity of Louisville. And then, the beginning of lockdown, checking all that stuff out and looking out amongst the city and just not seeing anything coming or going, not hearing any planes.
It was wild.
It's commonplace. It's wild. It's just, what a generation to be alive. If anybody time traveled forward, if they figured it out back then and went forward, they'd be like, whoa. I guess same. I mean, so would we. If anybody went to the future, they'd be like, wow. Well, I like that we kind of ended airplanes on freight because moving on towards our seafaring brethren and sistren. According to Statista.com, transportation volume of worldwide maritime trade between 1990 and 2019, published February 24th, 2021. One of the facts is stated in 2019, the volume of global seaborne trade, keep in mind this isn't just the U.S., this is global, was estimated to be around 11 billion tons. Wow. It also states, I'm going to butcher this name, so I'm going to spell it Kuehne and Nagel, Kuehne, which is a Swiss global transport and logistical company. They are the world's leading ocean freight forwarder in 2019. They have an additional click in here, and it states in an article, again by Statista, leading ocean freight forwarders worldwide based on TEUs. TEUs are 20-foot equivalent. It's a unit. It's a shipping container. Internal dimensions measure about 20 feet long, 8 feet wide, 8 feet tall. So in 2020, according to this article released again by Statista, April 6, 2021, in 2020, Kuehne and Nagel ranked the world's leading ocean freight forwarder with over 4.5 million TEUs, again, 20-foot equivalent units of ocean freight that year alone. It's like those, well, it's not like it is, those massive shipping barges that you see that are, twice the size of cruise ships and whatever. The King Kong could lie down on one or whatever the hell.
Right, everybody says that.
Now, according to Statista, speaking about cruise ships, this same website, they stated the number of global ocean cruise passengers between 2009 and 2019. This dropped in 2021 as well. The number of ocean cruise passengers worldwide has risen steadily from 2009 to 2019. 2009, the global ocean cruise industry carried roughly 17.8 million passengers, and as of 2019, it peaked at about 29.7 million passengers just cruising on big old pleasure cruise boats. And you know what? We're just going to say there's about 500 bajillion fishers and the boat owners and sailors and Ivy League rowboat teams. Hell yeah. Yeah, there's about 5 million of them. Transportation is used all over the place by all over the people and all over the time. And it is insane. It has had heavy regulation throughout the years, but it has still done immeasurable damage to the climate, which is something that, is actively being worked on. Yep, we're getting right to it. We're moving towards crazy exponential leaps in development. There's talks about space travel, what we're going to do scientifically, going to Mars, going back to the moon, passenger space travel. Apparently Jeff Bezos is going to be going into space next month. That'd be rad. Just to have like a going to space hobby. Yeah, right? Would you? If it was like as easy as going to the airport and flying on a plane, yeah. So why are we talking about all this? Let's bring it home. Okay. First, I asked some people what I should do one day as a topic, and somebody, my wife, was on a train, and she said, trains, and then I did this. So what you're saying is that there isn't like a thesis statement. Right. There's no commentary in which I share my opinions, like a machine that is built on overconsumption is going to eventually overconsume to the detriment of the consumers. Or shopping locally, trying to find things that don't have to be internationally shipped to you for you to enjoy, especially on a daily basis. And also maybe driving a need to look and cite and source some information and statistics, and understanding that you don't need to take those as the law, but they're good guiding principles towards a conversation you're having, unless you're actually talking about said facts in which you're trying to have a discussion about the most updated form of that information. Right. And then you need to be as correct as possible when you're talking. Yeah, and certainly not trying to cultivate an atmosphere of creativity for those who just want to be creative. Right. None of that. Nope. Because if we did, that wouldn't be two guys, same person. Bye, thank you.